More answers, presented by Mazda BT-50. More is more.
Hello, footy fans. Russ Barwick alongside the great Sam Kekovich, looking at what's happening in the world of AFL. Thanks to the Mazda BT-50 and a big story, of course, Essendon. Dramas galore. But I've got to ask a question, and it started over the weekend that there was something brewing. After 6 months of denial, all of a sudden, over the 48 hours, they've turned and essentially done a backflip. Were you surprised?
Well, I wasn't, but I can see why, because they drew a line in the sand and they were adamant that they were going to fight the good fight.
They were going to the Supreme Court. This is all lies, and when the truth comes out...
But the master stroke that was applied by the AFL.
James heard when he said, there were 99% of the things I wouldn't be worried about. And I thought, oh, there's a crack appearing. And that sort of concerned me a little.
But the master stroke, or the piece de resistance that was applied by the AFL, was when they seconded the entire 17 presidents.
Yeah, but do you think that they did that under the auspice of saying, well, here's your cheque for next year, we want your total support?
No, to the contrary, because they knew that they were fighting a losing battle if they just fought AFL against Essendon. Because, you know, no one barracks for the AFL, but a lot of people barrack for Essendon. Correct. But when AFL managed to be able to second the support of all the other clubs for the integrity and the safety and the cause of the game, well, all of a sudden Essendon felt ostracised, disenfranchised, and felt, gee, all of a sudden we're like lepers. We need to go to the table and negotiate.
A question without notice then. Is Andrew Demetriou going to walk away with his record intact? Because you get the feeling that this might be, you know, at the end of the year, the dogs are barking, Andrew's going to leave.
No, look, he's been there for 10 years. Jeff Kennett wants his head. He's been after him for about a decade. Andrew's done a terrific job.
I agree.
There was certainly some chinks in the armour leading up to all this to find a resolution. But I think at the end of the day, he's always showed strong leadership, Andrew. Yes. And I think at the end of the day, I think it's been widely recognised by all the clubs as well. You don't survive in this racket for 10 years if the clubs think you're not up to speed.
Exactly. And there's no Mavericks in the AFL. It's one in all in, and that's what certainly has been brought to the fore. And where does this rank, this whole scandal, in the history? You've got, you've got the tanking, you've got the Carlton, the Adelaide scenario, Bongo Lanes.
You remember that, don't you? 1910.
The 1975 grand final pitcher drama, 1976, what was it, 76?
75.
75 grand final when someone didn't turn up because they were...
No, you've got to say this is right up there with them, Russell. This has really affected the fabric of the game. You know, we talk about 1910 Bongo Lane. They got 5 years then, you know, trying to make it moral of Carlton's victory.
Carey, even the Carey and the Cousins things.
No, the Cousins, you could bring the game into disrepute. You could probably classify that one. Carey's was an immoral club issue that didn't affect the entire game. The game still survived it. OK, and one last one. Richmond, are they a genuine chance or are they making up the numbers? No, I don't think they're a genuine chance. That's not denigrating the year that they've had. They've had a great year. Damien Hardick's a terrific coach. They've got a great club. They're organically grown. They're going to have got a good future. But I think they'll fall short on the biggest stage in September. OK, that'll do it for this week. We'll catch you next week with more AFL topics, thanks to the Mazda BT-50.